Most MSPs try to scale their sales teams and end up wasting tons of time, tons of money, and worst of all, tons of leads. And if that's you, this is for you. Now, I don't know if this is a 100% true statistic, but if I had to guess based on all the conversations I've had with MSPs that are either hiring sales teams, have sales teams, or even if it's owner led sales, I would argue to say about 50% of MSPs lose warm leads that somebody reached out. And truth be told, I literally put this to the test. I asked my membership, I said, hey, you're probably getting a bunch of spam phone calls. I bet you buried in those spam phone calls, there is a lead. And sure enough, there was. And it happens. But by the end of this video, you'll know how to scale your sales team the right way without setting up your pipeline for failure, right? That's really the goal. Or lighting your leads on fire, which is arguably the worst thing. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We've helped hundreds of MSPs build sales systems that actually work, create lead generation systems that bring them leads, and ultimately guided hundreds and hundreds of them on growing their business. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can head over to growth-generators.com. There's a ton of free stuff on there from the resources. There's tons of resources. If you're a vendor watching this and you want to submit for a vendor perk, you're welcome to do that as well. We have blogs, we have our Discord that's completely free for you to join, events going on, taking this on the go, our programs, and truly so much more. It would mean a lot if you took 30 seconds at the end of this video, checked it out. Maybe you'll find something interesting on our website. And otherwise, just drop in, leave a comment down below. It means the world to me. So let's talk about the big problem. Most MSPs don't understand pain. Now, hear me out here. You're probably like, well, Harrison, I've done plenty of things in life that suck, and there's been plenty of pain in that. It's not like that. Most MSPs are really having a hard time when it comes to scaling their sales team because of the pain that we're not understanding. And this can come in a variety of different formats. Now, for your MSP specifically, maybe some, if not all of these, kind of feel like I spoke to you, right? You're hiring too soon or you're hiring cheap salespeople. I can't tell you how many times I've heard somebody saying, hey, I stink at sales, I need to hire somebody. It's not always the best idea. Or, hey, I found somebody that's working on commission only. Probably also not the best idea. You're even worse setting yourself up and those people up with no documented sales process. And trust me, I'm going to give you one by the end of this video. You also don't have a consistent lead handoff. Great. They paid, right? Checks in the mail. You got the check in your hand. Now what? What happens next? And there's no handoff across that. Or even you generate the lead and you hand it off to a salesperson to close them. And then there's no actual written, this is what should be done or standard operating procedure, believe it or not, for that. And then the worst thing that I see is you have tech people, or maybe you're a culprit of this yourself, because I know I was at one point, is the salesperson turns into a tech explainer. I made that word up, but it's somebody that loves explaining the tech. I get it. I truly, truly get it. But it's important because we can't go in there as the people that just explain tech. But it's not your fault. You weren't taught any of this, more than likely. And if you were and you're still doing it, shame on you, right? So let me give you the framework that actually works. This is what I've used to help grow my sales. This is what I've used to help other MSPs grow their sales teams. And I've broken this down into 4 to 5 parts, depending on if you want to group things together here. But it's important to break this down into this framework. Number one is you have to get your offer right. Now you're probably like, well, Harrison, you teach a bunch about sales, a bunch about marketing, a bunch about pricing. Before you hire, you need to know what you're selling and who is it for. I can't tell you how many times I ask an MSP, who's your dream customer? And they come back to me with not a whole lot. You should know who your ICP is, your ideal customer profile, your buyer persona. If you don't have one, head over to growth-generators.com, go to resources, scroll down, and you'll find a buyer persona somewhere in the free resources area. You can go grab, there it is, free buyer persona. It's completely free. Grab it and fill it out. But you also need to know what value you are providing for them. It is really important because if you don't have the right offer with the right value, you're immediately setting anybody up in sales for failure. And that's Now your fault because I told you about it. Now, part number two to this is you have to build a sales process first. We have processes for everything we do in tech, from computer cleanups to backups to SOC teams. The list goes on and on. It's all documented. But the best part is you can document this in your sales process, but you have to have a sales process. No process means you're burning leads because nobody's keeping track of it. You need documented steps, a CRM to follow up, a customer relationship manager. Now, you guys probably already know I'm a huge fan of Go High Level. You could use HubSpot, you can use Salesforce if you want. I like Go High Level. I am also an affiliate. I will also publicly mention that, and it comes with our membership. However, I'm not saying that because I get kickbacks from them. I use it for my own business, and I can't recommend it enough. Truthfully, it is one of the best, if not the best, CRM out there. And more importantly, these things allow you to do the most important thing. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you're struggling with the basic sales process, you can go grab our battle card. Once again, completely free. It's on this. I reorganized it so it's a little all over the place, but there is a battle card. I will leave a link down below, free battle card with an entire sales process that you can steal. It's the process I recommend to every MSP under the sun because it's easy to follow. You can grab the card and you could build it super simply inside of your CRM. Now, number three, now you've done this because that's the legwork. Hire the right role at the right time. You might be thinking, I need a salesperson, and that might not be true. You might need an SDR, a sales development role, or a BDR, business development role. You might need a VA, right? Something smaller, not a closer. You might be able to be the closer. You need the volume to actually go close. You have hunters, which are going to go out, find the leads, and then close them, or sometimes hunters that'll go out, just find the leads and pass them off. And then you might need a closer. Now, in the past, I've talked about kind of the three different, either a hunter where you're going out looking, farmer where you're kind of farming leads and generating those leads, and then a hybrid role where people can do multiple things. It's important to figure out what you actually need, not just a salesperson that can fix everything. And if it is a salesperson that can fix everything, we might need to fully understand what we're bringing on. And that brings me to step 4. We have to train them correctly with specifically real calls and real world scenarios. Give them real recordings that you've done, scripts, objections. Don't wing it. I cannot stress this one enough. If you're winging it and if you need help with objections, there's a free objection worksheet on here too. Free objection handling worksheet. It's almost like I want to help all of you guys as much as I possibly can, right? But you have to prepare. You can't go into battle, a sales battle, without having this kind of stuff already done and laid out. You are setting yourself up for failure. You have to train them appropriately. You have to put them in either our training, find another trainer. We offer it in MSP Heroes, but you have to have something. Even if they have experience, they don't understand you, your business, what you do differently. They need to see and understand you so they can embody the business and the brand. It is very, very important. And number 5, which is kind of like a hybrid in there, you have to align sales and marketing. Marketing needs to feed sales. If you didn't know by now, marketing's job is to generate leads to feed to salespeople so salespeople can close them. And salespeople need to give feedback to marketing on what's been doing great, what's been doing bad, what leads were good, what leads were bad, and what's working versus what's not working. It is super important. You have to make sure that you are getting this kind of feedback. And there is a black and white and a gray area, and sales and marketing happens in that beautiful gray area. There's no right or wrong. They have to work together as a team, just like you have your level 1, level 2s, and level 3s that are all working together as a team to provide service for your customers. Now, we have to talk about not losing leads. You have to make sure that you are nurturing your leads because this is a massive, massive mistake that is causing MSPs to bleed leads left and right. If you are not tracking leads, you're losing deals, bar none. I don't want you to use an Excel sheet. If you are like Harrison, I'm balling on a budget here, HubSpot has a free version of this. fine, go do that. But you have to make sure that you're following up and lead nurturing the whole time. Follow up takes even longer or too long is another huge problem. This gets resolved if you have a system, right? I can't tell you how many times people just let leads die in the abyss. Got to get on them quick. Most of the time, if you reach out to my company, as long as I'm awake, I will drop everything to get to that phone to call you as fast as possible. Most of my members know that I've called them within minutes, if not seconds, of them filling out a form. You have to make sure tech people don't do sales, but let tech people teach sales. Now, there is a hybrid. You can find a tech person who does sales, which is a fantastic person. Very rare to find. Let the tech people teach the salespeople, and let the salespeople teach the tech people on what they do so that there is a perfect, harmonious balance with all of this. This is super, super important as you go through your sales journey, developing a sales team, hiring the right salespeople. If this video helped you in any way, you want to steal this framework, if you want to go grab the resources, you could head over to growth-generators.com. I'll leave links to a bunch of the ones that I mentioned down below. However, it is super, super important that you implement these and you roll this out. That kind of 5-step framework is get your offer right, build the sales process first, hire the right role at the right time, train your salespeople with real calls, with real scenarios of things that have happened. We can record with this. We can record with, as I eagerly hold up my phone here, my little Plod device, which I just had in my hands yesterday. It's floating around somewhere on my desk, is another great tool where you can record what's going on and walk people through how you did it, why you did it to find success. But I truly want you and your MSP to succeed. Head over to growth-generators.com. There's tons of information there. We're constantly doing updates on the website. We're getting back to the videos probably every day now, or Monday through Friday again. I love the heck out of you guys as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.